Analysis of Game Week 1 in the Premier League. For cheap, good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfifa.com, a link will be left in the description, and use code ATLANTISFOOTBALL for 5% off. So in this video I will be briefly giving my opinion on the 7 games in the Premier League that I did not make videos about, with my analysis of Arsenal, Manchester United and Tottenham's games all linked in the description below. And stay around till the end because I'll be giving my top 5 players of the week in order, with number 1 being my player of Game Week 1. But before I carry on with the analysis, let me tell you about my favourite football app, which is the One Football app, because this is where I go to keep up to date with the latest circulating transfer news, and I find the match section on the app incredibly useful as well, particularly with all the top 5 European leagues starting again by next week. If you like this channel, you'll definitely love this app, so when you go to subscribe to the channel after this video, which would be very much appreciated, make sure you also click the link in the description to get the One Football app as well. So it was Manchester United who were the standout team in this first game week, with Pogba and Fernandes putting out exhilarating performances, seeing Pogba pick up 4 assists, 5 key passes and 0.72 expected assists, with Fernandes picking up 3 non-penalty goals and 3 key passes himself. I did do a full analysis of the Manchester United Leeds game, so I won't go into that here. I will leave the analysis of that game along with the other games linked in the description, as I said before. So Liverpool rather unsurprisingly dished out another opening day humiliation on Norwich, though the Canaries weren't terrible in this game, recording an XG of 1.33 to Liverpool's 1.79. The difference was Liverpool's quality in the attack. Mo Salah was the man of the match, picking up 2 assists, the first of which was rather fortunate before adding a goal of his own with a great touch and finish from the edge of the box, and Salah would go on to record the highest XA in this game with 0.87 and 3 key passes. Alexander-Arnold was also in contention for the man of the match, being a significant creative outlet down the right, having the ability to accurately drill passes from the flank into players in the box, which did lead to Salah's slight touch for Jota's goal. Alexander-Arnold recorded an XG of 0.13 and made 3 key passes in this game, the same amount as Mane and Salah. We did see Norwich expose Liverpool's high line throughout the game, with Pukki timing his runs excellently, with Matip often trying to play offside but not being close enough to Pukki to stop him racing through on goal if his run and the pass in behind were well timed. Chelsea had a number of good performers in their win over Palace. Alonso was the man of the match, showing once again why he's so valuable as a wing-back, being a chance creator from the left side, with him recording an expected assist rate of 0.18, the highest of any player in this game, and he opened a scoring with a sublime free kick from the edge of the box. Jorginho's ability to play long passes from deep positions in front of the Palace midfield over to Alonso down the left was a significant ball progressing avenue for Chelsea, with Jorginho playing the role of a deep line playmaker and Alonso reminding me a lot of how Robin Gosens played for Germany in the Euros, almost as a goal scoring wing-back. Brighton came back from a goal down to win 2-1 against Burnley, but at the start of the game Burnley should have gone 2 up. Tarkowski managed to muscle his way around the back post from an Ashley Westwood in swing corner and head the ball into the net before Ben Mee did the exact same thing, this time hitting the bar, with Brighton's keeper Sanchez not looking convincing when dealing with curling crosses coming in on top of him. Brighton equalised in the second half, with Ty from Arsenal Fan TV's best friend Malpai making a darting run into the 6-yard box to knock a low cross from Jakub Moder across the box into the Burnley net, but Tarkowski and Mee were both caught too high, and one of them should have anticipated the ball across the 6-yard box and dropped accordingly to cut out the potential chance. Brighton would get the winner with Alexis McAllister coming on and immediately receiving a cutback from Pascal Gross, which allowed him to finish past Nick Pope. Gross and Solly March were Brighton's most creative players, with 2 and 3 key passes respectively recorded in this game, with Burnley's biggest threat coming from Ashley Westwood's in-swinging corners, which saw him record an XA of 0.70 alongside 2 key passes. Shane Duffy received the Man of the Match award according to Who Scored's ratings, with Tarkowski also receiving a high rating at centre-back for Burnley. Leicester just edged Wolves, recording an XG of just 0.67 to Wolves' 1.33 in their game, and I thought Tielemans was excellent in this game, starting deep in midfield but moving ahead of the ball in between the lines, and it was from this sort of movement where he created the one-on-one chance for Vardy in the second half. Adama Traore received the highest rating in this match from Who Scored, and he played more as a forward in Bruno Lage's 3-4-3 system, which enabled him to make central runs into goal scoring positions like he did in the first half, breezing past Amati and putting the one-on-one wide. And in the second half he bulldozed Vestergaard onto the floor, but his volley went straight at Schmeichel, showcasing that Traore's end product is still a massive weakness in his game. I thought Conor Cody was poor in this game, being far too passive and not going tight enough to Vardy when he dropped off to link the attack, and for the goal he allowed Vardy to get in front of him from Pereira's cross, but even still Vardy's flicked finish was top class and the difference between the two sides. Everton put out an impressive performance against Southampton. Despite going a goal down, they recorded an XG of 2.39 to the Saints 0.58. Richarlison was a standout player, scoring himself and assisting the third goal for Calvert-Lewin, whilst also recording the highest expected assist rate out of anyone in the Premier League this weekend with 1.02 and 2 key passes completed. It was clear from this game that Benitez is going to be using the flanks a lot more than Ancelotti did, in an attempt to get the best out of Calvert-Lewin's aerial ability. Both Demarai Gray and Andros Townsend put in some great crosses from the right side and for the majority of the game. There were some positives for Southampton. Adam Armstrong seemed like a ready-made Danny Ings replacement, finishing his one-on-one perfectly into the top corner. After Shea Adams' pressure on Michael Keane paid off, which is exactly what Hasenhüttl wants from his front two. Watford and Aston Villa was one of the best games to watch over the weekend, and Watford definitely impressed compared to the expectations people had of them, with both sides recording similar XGs, Watford with 1.35 and Villa with 1.14. Ismaila Sarr was fantastic down the right side for Watford, providing an outlet on the counter with his pace, and he got the first assist for the first goal for Emmanuel Dennis, who worked well on the counter with Sarr, and Sarr from another counter-attack down that right side got a goal himself with his shot deflecting over Martinez. Cucho Hernandez made it free with a sensational curling shot from the left side this time, which once again came from a Watford quick transitioning attack. Villa did pull 2 goals back to make it 3-2, but overall I was disappointed with Villa, and without Grealish they seemed to lack the creativity in the final third that Watford had with Sarr. West Ham got off to a winning start with a 4-2 win over Newcastle, and this was a surprisingly open game, with West Ham recorded an XG of 3.01 to Newcastle's 1.60. Alan St-Maximin was Newcastle's most creative player, going past Rice in a channel before putting in a top level cross for Callum Wilson to head in, whilst also recording the highest expected assist rate in the game with 0.86, as well as 4 key passes. His ball progressing ability is quite stunning as well, as he completed 10 dribbles in the game, 6 more than anyone else on the pitch. An example is here where he picks up the ball in front of the whole West Ham defensive shape in the middle third and manages to dribble past 3 West Ham players, the front and midfield lines, getting the ball to the edge of the box before setting up a shooting opportunity. But West Ham's quality in the final third was what won them the game. Antonio's cross for Benrahma's header was sublime, with Fornals also showing his quality with the pass over the Newcastle backline, which led to the penalty decision. And the final goal was a fantastic counter-attack, with Antonio's movement off the ball to open up the passing lane, and his lethal finish across the keeper, showing why Antonio has to be considered amongst the best forwards in the league right now. As I said, I'm not going to cover the Arsenal, Manchester United and Tottenham games in this video, as I made separate videos in greater depth on them, which will be linked in the description below for you to check out. So at the end of this game week, my top 5 players of the week in order are St-Maximin in 5, Mikel Antonio at 4, Salah at 3, Pogba at 2 and Bruno Fernandes at 1 being my player of the week. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video, remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, click the bell for notifications, and go to the description below to check out some of my other videos, including my analysis of Brentford Arsenal, Manchester United Leeds, and Tottenham Manchester City, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more content as well.